When you're a world-famous YouTuber and rolling in money, you want to make sure you're spending it wisely. And what better investment is there than a luxury car? Not only is it fast and fashionable, it always makes for an awesome thumbnail. Somehow it almost seems like YouTubers these days are in a constant competition to determine who has the coolest cars on the site. So, whose cars are the coolest? Logan or Jake? Or maybe FaZe Clan blows them out of the water? Well, today I'm going to show you their coolest and most expensive cars, and you can come to your own conclusion. Let's get it on. Logan Paul. The internet sensation Logan Paul has had quite a history on YouTube, but through it all he's kept one thing consistent: his love for impressive cars.
How does it feel? Feels like a bad idea.
Logan's not just built up quite the collection over the years, but also customized many of his cars to fit his personality perfectly. Most famous among his collection is arguably his Mercedes-Benz known as the Yeti, which costs a staggering $150,000 up front.
Button right here, train horn.
And that's not including the massive $12,000 snowplow he had specially added to the front. You know, for those famous Los Angeles snowstorms. Logan's also spent well over $150,000 on a tricked-out Sprinter van, and over $50,000 on what he calls the Cool Bus, which was just a regular old school bus when he got it, until he turned it into a truly awesome party bus for his squad. When he wants to come off as a little more humble, Logan casually whips around in his Dodge Challenger, which comes in at a cool $28,000 and has a maximum speed of 182 miles per hour. As if that weren't enough, in 2019, Logan got himself a Polaris Slingshot, coming in at $30,000 for his 24th birthday, exclusively because he had driven it once in Hawaii and liked it. Guess that's the kind of impulse purchase you're able to make when you've got YouTube money. Jake Paul. Much like his older brother Logan, Jake is no stranger to collecting cool cars. Unlike his brother, however, Jake's taste in cars ranges on the more flashy and expensive kinds. His collection includes an incredible Lamborghini Huracan Performante, a car that costs a whopping $280,000 and can clock speeds of over 300 miles per hour. Of course, Jake also cares about the environment, which he combined with his love of luxury to purchase a Tesla Model X, the souped-up, fully electric car with one of the fastest street-legal 0 to 60 accelerations in the world. But of course, that's not all the younger Paul brother is riding around in. He's also the owner of an absolutely epic custom-made truck that converts into an on-the-go merch shop, decked out with its own merch Gatling gun on the roof. Now that's a kicking ride. Tanner Fox. Tanner Fox is a massively popular vlogger who's made a huge fortune that'll last the rest of his life before even hitting legal adulthood. Considering he's too young to pop bottles at the club like a lot of other wealthy young people, the American YouTuber has instead decided to start building up a collection of expensive cars. Among his collection is, of course, the Tesla Model X, which by this point you might have realized is pretty much a YouTuber standard. But Tanner has also gotten himself some seriously tricked-out custom cars, like his 2017 Nissan GTR worth over $150,000 and made completely unique with an ever-expanding set of custom modifications. After getting a taste with the GTR, Tanner custom ordered a Porsche GT3 RS from Porsche in Germany and went in person to pick it up, giving us one of the craziest reactions on YouTube when he first took the cover off and got to see the one-of-a-kind $190,000 car. The Dobre Brothers. The Dobre brothers are one of the most divisive YouTubers around today. After all, it's not easy to pick whether Lucas or Marcus is your favorite. Equally divisive is trying to pick which of the brothers' insanely expensive cars is the coolest. Through their massive success, the Dobres have made a lot of money and have spent it on some completely awesome cars. And just like they share their channel and their success, they also share most of their whips. Their Mercedes-Benz 4x4 comes in at $150,000. Their Nissan GTR Nismo is a souped-up sports car with a souped-up $180,000 price tag. But jumping way up in price range is the first car that's actually not shared between the brothers. Is Lucas's personal $294,000 Porsche GT2 RS, one of the fastest street-legal cars around with an unbelievable 700 horsepower and top speeds of 211 miles per hour. In a little bit of sibling rivalry, though, Marcus one-upped his brother with his own personal car, the outrageous $350,000 Ferrari 458 Pista. With an equally outrageous 710 horsepower and top speeds of well over 220 miles per hour. Now that might just be the coolest car on YouTube. FaZe Rug. FaZe Clan has quickly become one of the most popular and rapidly growing groups to dominate the YouTube scene. And along with all those views and subscribers comes a whole lot of dough. One of the most prolific members of the ensemble, FaZe Rug, has found an awesome way to show off all that success with his exotic cars. FaZe purchased himself a Lamborghini Huracan, a car that comes in well over $250,000. But by some unbelievable circumstances, he actually got bored of it and ended up selling the 300-mile-per-hour beast in order to upgrade to the Lamborghini Urus, a $200,000 feat of Italian engineering and sophistication. The larger Urus can't pull off the speeds of the Huracan, but it does have room to carry more of his FaZe Clan friends in it. If Rug doesn't want to get the Urus dirty or put too many miles on it, however, he's also got the modest 2016 Range Rover sitting in his driveway, a $90,000 luxury SUV decked out with screens passengers can play Fortnite on. We've all got to be sensible after all. David Dobrik. David Dobrik is no stranger to buying cars, having bought his friends, family, and even strangers 16 cars so far, with a total price tag approaching $1 million. Of course, the Slovakian YouTuber doesn't just treat his friends to sick whips and indulges himself too. Dobrik famously drives around in a fully electric Tesla Model X, which he features in a majority of his vlogs.
See you guys.
As a guy with a lot of friends, the extra seating and legroom really comes in handy. And for Dobrik, it's probably completely worth the $135,000 price tag. Of course, sometimes you gotta think of yourself first. And that's exactly why David copped himself the two-seater Ferrari 458 Spider, coming in at the incredibly high price of $245,000, or almost 2 Tesla Model X's. The 458 Spider comes with a 570 horsepower V8 engine and can clock speeds of up to 200 miles per hour. I mean, I guess he can fit one other friend inside.
Great.
Jeffree Star. A near-billionaire makeup mogul who's had an entire documentary series made about him. What more could Jeffree Star ask for? Well, how about a ton of hyper-luxurious cars? Jeffree has a wide range to choose from when he needs to go for a ride, with a driveway with a total value of well over $1 million in front of his home. Let's start with the car that puts him in the same league as David Dobrik, the Tesla Model X, the $135,000 electric dream of Elon Musk. Moving up the ladder in terms of price is a car Jeffree doesn't even own, but still bought. The $150,000 Aston Martin Vantage, which he bought for his boyfriend Nathan in 2019. Sure wish I was that lucky. Rising up in price, Jeffree's also got a bright yellow Lamborghini Urus Super, the upgraded version of the already insanely luxurious Italian SUV, with a price tag of about $200,000. Of course, the Jeffree Star brand wouldn't be complete without some bright pink, and that's where his most expensive car comes into play. With a price tag of $320,000, the Rolls-Royce Wraith with a custom Jeffree Star approved pink paint job unlike that of any other Rolls-Royce in the world. Maybe I should start a makeup channel myself. Brawadis. Brother of fellow automobile enthusiast FaZe Rug, Brawadis started his car collection off back in 2017 when he was able to treat himself to a brand new BMW i8, a car that looks like it came out of a sci-fi movie. Brandon must have worked hard to get to the point of spoiling himself so well, because the i8 cost $150,000, which certainly isn't chump change. But as time went on, Brawadis managed to become even more successful, and obviously that meant getting to upgrade what treating himself meant. In late 2019, the gamer and vlogger copped himself a McLaren 570 Spider, a supercar with an accompanying super price tag of $220,000. The 570 Spider has butterfly doors, but that doesn't mean it's fragile. With its 570 horsepower, it can go 0 to 60 in a neck-breaking 3.1 seconds. Makes sense that someone who became super successful so quickly would want such a fast car. Ace Family. The Ace family is one of the biggest family vlogging channels around. So big, in fact, that the humble and relatable origins, which gave them their initial popularity, have given way to shows of extreme excess and luxury that viewers take a vicarious pleasure in watching play out.
Oh my God,
Along with expensive vacations, stunts, and colossal mansions, the Ace family have of course indulged in some crazy luxury vehicles. To start off, the family has a collection of 3 different colored Jeeps. Each Jeep is worth over $30,000, bringing the collection of the 3 to a total cost of almost $100,000. But what about one car for $300,000? Well, add a little bit onto that, and you've got the outrageous price tag of the Ace family's $320,000 Rolls-Royce. The car that stood the test of time as an absolute symbol of class, luxury, and, of course, big bucks. If you thought that was all, though, you obviously haven't seen this family's massive driveway. No way are they going to leave a huge spot of it open. And that's exactly what Ace family mom and wife Catherine thought when she surprised her husband Austin with a brand new Lamborghini Huracan Evo for his birthday. The souped-up version of the Huracan has an insane 610 horsepower V10 engine, capable of speeds well over 200 miles per hour, and the astonishing price tag of $280,000. Now that's an expensive set of wheels. Salamandrin. Salamandrin is a YouTuber that's taken exotic cars from a hobby to an all-out business. The car enthusiast buys and sells expensive cars, but only after he's gotten to show them off to his audience in a video. After selling his previous fleet of luxury cars, he's still left with some of the most exclusive cars in the world.
I am getting addicted to RS!
Such as his Rolls-Royce Ghost, a car that's made for the ultimate level of luxury and enjoyment. The exclusive work of craftsmanship comes in at a staggering $320,000. Alongside that, his wife drives around in an AMG G63, a beautiful matte gold SUV that turns heads wherever it goes with its unique but unmistakably classic design. Staying within the Mercedes family, Salamandrin has come into possession of a true hot rod that'll give you wings. With 3 Z's, I mean. We're not trying to get sued like Red Bull. Maybe to help with paying off that settlement, they sold off their custom AMG GTR to Salamandrin at the fair price of $197,000, which is an absolute steal for such a powerful machine. And speaking of powerful machines, one of my personal favorites from Salamandrin's collection is the Aston Martin DB11 Volante, which is actually his wife's car too. Happy wife, happy life, they say. And with this $255,000 sleek, luxurious car, how could she not be happy?